Right, here we go. I've got a really nice build for you today, all based around the Armamentarium, get an additional grenade charge, and I'm also focusing it around the new Titan aspect Touch of Thunder, specifically around the pulse grenade. What that does is it creates ionic traces periodically as it hits damages, and it also increases that damage over time. So what you're about to witness is things that you're going to see that you sort of only see warlocks doing in the recent gameplay. Loads of ionic traces, loads of sort of grenade and ability energy back from the ionic traces, and these pulse grenades are super strong. Really do loads of damage over time. I've also got a few mods on there which I'll talk about as we go, but in specifically the new artifact mod, I've just unlocked lightning strike twice after throwing an arc grenade, gain increased grenade recharge for a short time. Arc final blows extend the duration of this benefit, so if you keep getting arc kills, whether it's with your weapon or your melee or your grenade, you're going to just keep getting a boost to that grenade recharge back with this mod. It's a really nice mod, and because of where I've got this sort of little build set up, that pulse grenade stays there for a very long time, and anything that walks into that is going to get jolted and they're going to be more susceptible to chaining. So that's why you're seeing like all the chaining damage. Spark of Magnitude is one of the fragments that I'm running that makes sure arc grenades, lightning, pulse and storm grenade have an extended duration. And I'm also running Spark of Shock, your arc grenades jolt targets. The jolt inside of it is really important. The target is charged with destructive arc light. As they take additional damage while jolted, they chain lightning to nearby allies. So all that working together just causes absolute carnage. You're going to see here, this is a master wellspring that I was doing last night with my clanmates, and that grenade you're going to see it's just chaining and staying there for ages. For like single target damage, it's really good as well, because as the new aspect states, it does more damage over time. The more it pulses, the more damage it does on that target. Plus you're getting all them ionic traces back, you're jolting everything in its path, and causing absolute carnage with it. This is like what I wanted to show you with regards to these ionic traces. Now I've got some sort of clips of these, how good these ionic traces. Just watch this, watch how much you get here. You're like a lightning conductor. Just come to me, baby, just come to me. Look at them all just flying towards you, just getting chunks of grenade energy back. That's all the Touch of Thunder new aspect on the Titan. So all in all, it's a really solid build, causing, like I said, I know I've said it a few times, it actually do loads of damage. And on top of that, again, look, you're just chaining and getting all these ionic traces back. Absolutely insane, really strong. It's things that you usually see on the new warlock gameplay, but Titans can do it too. Really strong, and because of all the ionic traces, I thought, I was sort of racking my brain, what can we do, can we add anything to that? So we did. What we've done is we've added a new fusion rifle, Delicate Tomb, collecting an ionic trace, overcharges this next shot, and that also jolts the next target on hit. So we can add that to it, make it even better. Just little examples of how this fusion rifle, the new exotic, is working nicely with this setup, collecting these ionic traces and then unleashing a jolting shot on my next shot, adding towards the sort of ad control of the build. So we're covered, we've got the ad control and we've got a single damage target, and on top of that we've got loads of fun with this build. So stay tuned, I will go over the little bits and bobs at the end of what I'm running to sort of get the most out of it. Stay tuned, full building coming. So this is the final piece of the build. Just before I start, I will say you don't have to listen to this bit, it's totally cool. I will always leave a dim link in the video description. I appreciate everyone's time, so just getting a dim link, I understand that. Touch of Thunder and Knockout are the two aspects that I'm running. I'm also running the Mighty Pulse Grenade. I think they're back, people. I think these are back. They're really strong. Probably the best one out of all the grenades for this particular build, in my opinion. Stay around for a very long time with the fragments I've got set up. Thunderclap is the melee that I run. Barricade and jump, whatever tickles your fancy. I'm also running Spark of Beacons, because while I'm amplified, your arc special weapons create a blinding explosion. I predominantly run arc weapons on this build. Spark of Resistance. While surrounded, you gain resistance to incoming damage, Spark of Magnitude, which we've touched on, and Spark of Shock is also what we've already touched on. The mods I'm running is Elemental Ordnance. That creates an elemental well on grenade kills. Obviously we're going to get loads of grenade kills on this build, so getting loads of extra sort of arc wells as well to boost our grenade recharge. And I'm also running Bountiful Wells, because every time I create one well it's going to double up, so it works really nice, and it adds towards it. All the elemental wells that we're creating, it's going to add towards the ability regen with a build, on top of the lightning strikes twice and all of the ionic traces. Also, I am also running Font of Might, get an extra 25% damage increase on our arc weapons every time we pick up an elemental well, so it's really strong. And the other one is Elemental Armaments, that also creates elemental wells when we get arc weapon kills, in particular because we're on an arc subclass. The other quick thing I want to touch on is Grenade Kickstart. You can also stick that on if you've got Stasis Arms. It does work with Armamentarium, but it works on the second charge, not the first. And Impact Induction, causing damage with a melee attack, reduces your grenade cooldown. I hope the build's been good. Have a great night.